Good morning. It's 8 o'clock, June 2nd. I'm headed back on trail, starting at Powell Gap, and got my pack back on. So 2 days of slack packing with nice family, and I just drove in with them. They're ahead of me. They're slack packing today, and I've got 16 miles to go for my hike today. And I will set camp up and hopefully into shelter because I think it's supposed to rain. Chance of rain is pretty good today, but not until about 2 o'clock. So here we go for our little hike today. All right, let's get going. Look at the size of this thing here. That's huge. All right, let's get on with it. So just got up to the top of High Top Mountain Summit. It's about a 3.5 mile hike up. Now we're headed down. We got 2 miles to go down. And then back up again. So it wasn't a terrible climb up. It's not rocky or anything. I mean, this is the rockiest it's gotten. You can see them up ahead. Pretty easy climb up. It's tough getting back into it, putting this pack back on after 2 days without it. That was the hardest part. Just getting up with my pack. This morning it was just about 34 pounds. That's 2 full liters of water. So that's heavy. And I'm packing out a jar of peanut butter, so that's a pound right there. So again, it's food weight. I only have 3 days worth of food. So there's the park, the lodge up here, and there's another couple of restaurants through the park, so I don't need a lot of food. So here we go. Let's head down. I'm just coming out of the farms here. And I gotta go across the bridge, I guess. I think I can see where I have to go. Way. That wasn't so difficult. Here we are. Just crossed over the bridge and now I have a little over 2 miles. I think it's 2.1 miles to the picnic ground where I'm going to stop and have some lunch. And of course, we got to go up. And it's up 90% of the way. So let's get it going. So I have 3.8 miles to go. I'm on a downhill and I have one more little incline before I get to the shelter. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of speed because the clouds are rolling in. The sky's getting a little darker. There were, chance of rain today, so I'm trying to outrun the rain and get to the shelter before it starts. So hopefully this last stretch is easy and nothing standing in my way. To make a quick hike down the trail. trail looks like it never ends there. It just keeps going and going. Turned out to be a pretty warm day today. It's 76. No wind. It's very warm. Still waiting for that rain, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now, which I'm thankful for. But wait and see. This has been a lonely hike today. No other through hikers. Seen a few day hikers. That's about it. There's nobody out here. Good morning. It's Friday, June 3rd. It's like 8:10. I'm just finishing my breakfast. Here I am in the shelter. I'm all by myself. I heard a woman next to me stirring and getting ready to leave around 6 or something like that. And usually once one person gets up and gets ready to go, I start to get moving. And then I could hear there's a family, a mother and her 3 daughters. They were on the other side of us. I could hear them stirring. I just rolled over, got a little comfortable. And then it must have been before 6 o'clock that she was awake, because I did look at my watch. It was 6:30 when I heard there's 2 Dutch guys here, and one of them was sitting at the table having his breakfast, and that was 6:30. And I just pulled my sleeping bag up over my head, and now it's after 8 o'clock. I'm the only one here. I'm just finishing my breakfast. So a very late start for me today, which is unusual. I guess I was a little tired, so that's okay. Sometimes you need to sleep in. So finishing up, I got my backpack over there, almost ready to go. That's where I was sleeping, down in the corner there. There's an up level where people sleep too. We had a nice fire last night. It was over there. And that brown box, that's where you store your food. Not all places have them, but that's a bear box. And then right beyond that is a little creek where I got my water from. So I'm all filled, ready to go. I'll be hitting the road probably by 8:30ish. So, all right, let me finish up my breakfast and get going. So it's 8:30 and I'm leaving the shelter. And I have 11 and a half miles today to go. There's my privy up here. 11 and a half miles today. And I am going to make a stop. There's a wayside up here. I think it's in 5 miles. So I'll stop and grab a snack, take a break, and then there's a lodge a couple of miles after that. I might stop there just to see the lodge. Who knows, maybe grab a beer because there's a restaurant there. And then move on and get to camp. So break my day up a little bit today by making those couple of stops. Sometimes I don't take enough of a break for myself, and I think it's going to wear me out if I continue with that. So I have to take some more pack-off breaks, get the weight off my back. So I have been tired lately, but of course I've done some big miles. I did the 22, 14, 22, and 220s back to back, so a little worn out. So today will be a shorter day and just take it a little easier. So it's not a long walk down here, but it feels like a long walk. And of course it's uphill. The view from Bareface Overlook. Down there. Back down. It wasn't the best overlook I've seen. It wasn't the worst. Glad it wasn't any more than a 0.1 off the trail. Try to hit as many of the things, little blue trails, as possible, depending on their, how far it is. So that wasn't so bad. Here we are, back to the trail. Got a rocky surface here. It's the first in the Shenandoahs. These big rocky. Not so bad, not sharp, pretty smooth, easy to get over. easy rock hopping. Wouldn't be nice if they were wet though. Lots of rocks in here. It's my trail. That's us. Oh, that's a Bear Fence Loop Trail. I could have taken a loop trail and cut off that little part right there from the AT. Then I would have felt guilty because I wouldn't have done all the AT. So I did not get rained on last night. Made it to the shelter once again before the rain. And rain it did for quite some time last night. And there were 4, 5, 6, 8 of us in the shelter. I think that one said it was a 10-person shelter. So there were 2 guys up top, and there was 1 guy tenting by choice. It was myself. The woman I met the other day, and I don't remember her name, and then the mom and her 3 girls. I don't know their names yet. I did start watching them on YouTube, so they do have a YouTube channel, and they started February 1st. So, yeah, nice family. She has a son, her son and husband at home, and neither one of them like to hike. So it's nice to see mother with her 3 girls out here hiking together. And they're ahead of me because I was not the early bird this morning. Guess I needed a little extra sleep. So here I am behind everybody this morning. That's okay. I think we're all going to end up at the same spot again today, it sounds like. Sounds like the family, they don't do big miles, and the other woman does not do big miles either. And the 2 guys, I don't know where they'll be. So I'm sure I will see them down the ways a little bit. It's my 3rd one this morning. How hard would it be to come out here with a little chainsaw? Just zip that thing in half. So the consensus with the hikers that I have come in contact with is not many like the Shenandoahs. For a couple of reasons. One, water. The water source isn't as plentiful as it has been all along in the AT. 2, you hear the cars all the time. As you're walking, right in the park, and the road is right up there. So you hear the cars a lot. Even at the shelter last night, you could hear the cars. So that's kind of a downside too. I mean, the upside of that is if if you need someone or something, someone's available. So that's the upside of it. Oh, here's another one. See, can you hear the cars? See the cars. The good thing of it too is those waysides that are here. I mean, that's a plus because you really didn't have to carry as much food. But if you're like me, you carry too much food. I mean, I've already come in contact with 2 places where food was available. Went to the first one on day 1 when we slack packed, and they had everything there. I mean, breakfast foods, lunch, ice cream. They had resupply stuff for, in case you needed fuel or anything like that. They had beer, they had wine, showers, electricity, washer, dryer was at the first one. I don't know what was at the second one because I didn't stop because of the weather, and I just wanted to get to camp to make sure I had a spot, just not knowing who was ahead of me. So we'll see what's at this one. I mean, it's not terrible in here, except for these things right now. Maneuvering around them. Okay, let's get up and over. Oh, fortunately, there's a rock on the other side. Let's get over this thing. Well, this is Hazeltop Peak. 3,804 was the elevation, and no views. Nothing. Not every mountaintop has a view, especially now with all the trees. It's hard to see some of the views. Get little peaks every so often, but nothing fabulous. So it's like 3.5 miles into my hike. There's a little beep. That's it. That's all I get. 3.5 miles into the day. So I'm heading down right now. I think the next thing is that wayside, which is in a couple of miles. So see what that one's all about. Get a snack. Take a little break. I have 2 blisters going right now. One of them is under my toe, right next to the pinky, underneath on the bottom, so it really hurts. I put some moleskin on it last night. I think I got to tend to it again this morning. Then I have another one on my left foot on the next, near my toe, big toe. Not on my toe, but on my bunion. That hurts a little bit today too. So it's like I gotta do a little foot care when I get there. Until I'm getting closer to the road again. I can hear motorcycles. Pretty through here with all the tall fern and the grass. Just being the birds. Oh, and look, there's a snake. Don't know what he is. So this is the view from Black Rock. Just left the wayside. Stopped there for 45 minutes or so. Had a burger and some French fries. A nice little stop there. Got a couple of postcards, sent them out. I'm like 3 miles away from where I'm camping tonight. It's so early in the day. Fortunately, today's been an easy day. I think I needed it. I was a little tired this morning. I'm still tired now. I'm glad it's going to be an early day. It's a pretty view up here. I don't know what town I'm looking at. Couldn't tell you. Some nice farmland down there though. But I'm back on trail. I went up to the lodge. It's right up here. I stopped and had a beer and a blackberry ice cream pie, which was delicious. And I have 3.5 miles to the shelter. And it shouldn't be too long. It's mostly downhill. One uphill just before I get to the shelter. So shouldn't take me that long to get there. Nice little break again. So I had lunch at the Wayside and dessert at the lodge. Charged my phone a little bit. Ran into the family. They were just finishing up lunch and they're headed to the shelter as well. I didn't think I'd see them. Thought they were going to be a day behind me, but here we are together again. So that's nice. So here we go. Finishing up my little hike today. There's two deer right here, and they're like 15 feet in front of me. Not afraid of me.
I want to keep it so bad.
She's gonna go up and visit your dad now.
Uh-oh. Just like, oh, stairs. How do I do this?
Now we know. I don't know how to do stairs. Let's go look mustard. Guys, let's go. He's just like posing for camera. Like, I know what to do. Look cute and they don't shoot. Lucas, keep the wildlife wild. That's the plan.
For your bread.
Yeah, this
Take a picture.
I'm taking a video right now, so.
You can send it to
Thank
Turbo.
you. Whoa. Whoops.
She is like. She has no fear.
No.
She's precious. She is like no fear.